Alright, here we are. Whoops, I guess I should turn this down. It's been quite a while since I've been live. I can tell you I exhausted myself going up to do the event in Stanley, Idaho last weekend. It was absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. I was so busy that it has taken me all week to recover from that. I didn't even remember to order my supplies, so I thought I was going to be moving my daughter from one state to another this weekend, so I didn't do any markets, and that was good because I was beat. So what I'm going to do tonight is just do a little playing in the tray. We're out in the backyard today because it's quite warm in the garage, so I thought I'd try the back patio, see if we can get a little bit of a breeze going. So I just thought I'd work out here and let you watch. I don't have anything new and different. I have a terracotta pot I want to do sometime this week, a paper mache letter, and then a wooden frame, but none of those are prepared, so I am just going to work on some scarves. The one announcement that I do have is that I'm going to be setting up an Etsy shop for this business, and then I will be selling completed scarves on there and maybe some other items too. But I haven't got it up and running yet, so don't run and look for it. It will be Aqueous Silks, Silka, no S, and so I've just decided, after my Stanley event, I had more people asking to buy my display scarves than I could even imagine. I was so busy letting people create that the thought of selling the pre-done ones really hadn't crossed my mind, but many people ask about it, so I thought, well, I'm going to give that a try and see what everybody thinks. So anyway, I'm going to get busy and start creating here. Just going to make sure there's no bubbles on the surface, and I just mixed my size this afternoon, early afternoon, and I forgot to bring a trash can, so I'll just put them over here and pick them up later. But I think it looks pretty good. I've got some ideas about that I want to try, so I can try it here where if I get messy, it's okay. It's still quite warm outside. We've been in the hundreds the last few days. And I must say I'm not excited about that at all. I ordered a color mixing guide, so I'm excited to give that a try. I tried to make brown while I was up in Stanley. Yeah, that didn't turn out well. I made a lovely shade of baby poop, but not brown. And I'm going to have the phone behind me, so I will try to remember to check for comments. I do kind of get excited about what I'm doing and forget. This is not the typical brush that you would use to do this, but it does work. What I'm doing is called throwing stones, and I'm just trying to fill the surface with a base color. This is really, really light pink. It probably is not coming across that way on the screen at all. I want to order the traditional, well, there's a couple different things you can use. One, it's horsehair and a rose wood stem or handle, and another is like plastic broom things like you would sweep with a broom, those things, and you just kind of tie a bundle of them together, and then you throw your stones from there. I generally don't do this when I'm at a show because it is so messy. I just let them drop the colors, but I think I've been wanting to try this, so I just decided today was the day. It gets nice random patterning and fills the entire tray. And then I want to see if that will help me control some of the other colors that I put with it. I can see it. This is a very, very light pink. And I can see it on the surface of the water. I want to use a little bit more down at this other end. We had some great huge winds while I was up in the mountains. I had the tent that was behind me and to my left as I was looking out of mine ended up on top of mine. They obviously did not have enough weight on theirs. That was kind of scary, but we had some big wind, and I felt very thankful that my location was really good. And I didn't lose anything. My tent wasn't damaged, and the trays, the only thing that happened were the bugs like to get in them, so into the water. Now I'm going to come back with a little bit brighter pink, and I'm getting paint all over me, all over the table. Hopefully now you can see this. Hi Carrie, how are you today? Just filling the tray with color. This is a little bit quicker than dropping it, and I think it if I'm right, it's going to fill a little bit easier, fill the whole tray. When I watch the videos of the Hebrew artists, they always start by filling their tray like this. Obviously their trays are much smaller because they are they're working with paper, not with cloth. Generally, some of them do. I've had a very busy day today. Yesterday I kind of was a slug and didn't do a heck of a lot of anything. I was so tired still. Can you guys see that the pink that's starting to form on here? I think I'm going to move this down. So today I got busy and I've been doing all kinds of things. I bought a new stick blender so I can mix my size. It worked beautifully. I like this. Now I could print it just like this, the two pinks. I have a really light pink and then I have a little bit darker pink here, and I could print it just like this if I wanted to. This is just called a stone pattern, but I think I'm going to put just a touch more in here. With the horsehair and rose wood handled brushes, they have them that when you're doing your little when you're pounding your brush, it will give you various sizes of stones. This is pretty uniform here. There's a few. The first few drops are usually a little bit bigger. But I just am trying to fill this tray. Something in mind I want to try. So I have to tell you, this feels just almost as nice as standing here and dropping the color in from the dropper bottles. I'm getting it all over myself though. Okay, there's that. So there I have two colors of pink. And I'm just rinsing this brush here. I have a bucket of fresh water here. So I'm just going to rinse the brush and put it over here. I'm just touching the tip of this skewer into the water, just the tip of it. That's a weird sound. They have tools that you can do this with, and they have wire tips on them. Let's see here. Hi Kay, hi Jane. How is everyone this evening? I'm going to see if I can drop just a dot of this white in there. See what happens. Oops. Got one more drop than I wanted. Now, how well can you see that? I am now putting a little bit of this pink in here. I wanted to see if these dots that I made would start to contract a little bit when I drop the white paint. And I'm just trying to put just a tiny bit of paint in here. I may get the dropper and actually drop a piece, because I don't know if it's going to do as much as I want. Okay, let's see what this does. I'm very careful. See, they're spreading out, and I want to see, since there's so much paint in the tray, I'm hoping that they will then contract a little bit. So we'll do some down here. When I use the skewer to drop the tiny little drops in, it's just a teeny little bit of paint that it takes right off the end of the skewer. It's just doesn't seem to be putting in very much color. Okay, let me use just a dropper. Hey Yari, how are you? See, look at how big those are getting. Can you see that on yours? Yeah, you should be able to. And now I want to do just a little drop of white. Oh. All right, and now I'm going to drop some more of the pink in there. I was hoping that they would not expand so big, but if you can tell, the pink that's in the tray already, the light pink and the other light pink, are becoming more intense as I add these colors. All right. And these over here, there's 4 drops over here, and they're a little bit smaller. They have contracted because I added paint on this end. And I'm not going to, well, maybe I will. Oh, maybe I just decided to do something here. So now I want to do, let me get the lid on this so it doesn't dry out. If I can find, yeah, I don't blame you, Yari. I had to get out here and start playing though. This is in my backyard out on my back patio. So I am going to this is kind of the center of the scarf here. And I'm just creating hearts. And then some gentle swirls. All right, I like it. I'm just hoping that my hearts are not too far. They're going to get cut off. Okay, let's get my assistant out here. So this is very subtly colored. I'm anxious to see how it's going to look. Do you want to go to that end or this end? So we're going to print this. It's just some pinks and some reds. Well, they're all pinks actually. Pull it nice and tight and try to get it over those hearts as much as you can. Pull. Okay. Perfect, thank you. This is a very subtly colored scarf. Thank you, dear. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to hold it. And then I'll put it in the rinse bucket. It's going to be difficult for me to hold it all out when it's wet because it sticks to itself. But there's the scarf. I'll just stick it in the rinse bucket. Whoops, after I drop it. And I brought out some small baggies that I can just put them in, and then tomorrow I'll rinse them again and hang them in the bathroom to dry, and then take some photographs. Well, I gotta heat set them, but I love the colors of this one. You're on the phone side, so you'll have to see if they can see it. It's right here on the arm of the chair. Wait till it catches up. It's hard to tell if you can see it or not. Did it stop? No, we're still moving. It's way delayed on my end. It's a long delay. What are they saying? Here, we'll just take it up.
Yeah, because I'm just barely coming out.
So there's the first one. And now I'll go ahead and clean the tray. Hopefully you could see that. My screen is so far behind. Hi, Stacy. So these are so fun. I'm going to do a little bit different color this next time. I just lay newsprint on here, and it does kind of like what the silk does. It grabs anything that's laying on the top, on the surface of the water. And when I read about what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to drag the newsprint across the surface, but for me that always just makes a huge mess. So I have a better time if I just fill the surface with the newsprint and then take it out. And of course they want to use newsprint. I hate the feel of newsprint on my hands. I'm a very tactical person in that some things just, I don't like the way they feel. And newsprint is one of those things. But it works very, very well for this application, so I'm learning to put up with it. Let's see. Now I think for the next one, I want to try a teal. All right, so now we'll get this off. Oh, I have one more spot right here. When I watch online, let me just run in and grab the trash can so I'm not making a huge mess. When I watch online, they have a piece of paper. They just use a tiny little strip and they drag it kind of like that, and it cleans the whole thing. I don't know how they do it, because mine always just ends up at the other end and it's globbing everywhere and it doesn't take the paint out. This is the part I dislike of this whole process, is the cleaning of the tray. All right, every time I clean the tray, some of the size also comes out. All right, so now this time, let's start I'm going to do the same technique, but we're going to start with a green. Hopefully you'll be able to see this a little better than the lighter colors. Can you see it on the screen? Can you see the, the green? Oh, there's a hummingbird humming right by my table here. Oh, and I see a little, the dangers of doing this outside, little bugs get into your sides. I didn't bring any paper towels out here with me. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more down here at the end, closest to you. Just get a little more green in there. So my tray is fairly filled with green. Just rinsing the brush off real quick. And I apologize if you see my no makeup face today, but that's a Sunday for me when I've been busy. Now I'm going to drop some yellow. It's always interesting to me to see how much these colors spread, and they all are a little bit different. Let's see, I think I'm just going to leave the yellow in the center. Now I'm going to do a different green. This is a little darker. Then I think I'm going to come back and just do another little drop of yellow right inside these. I can't believe how far behind my phone is to what I'm doing. Alright, so I have green and yellow. So what else should I put in this? A little bit of orange I think would be pretty. I'm going to put the orange out here. Trying to let these drop very softly to the surface. Oh, look at the way the shape changed in the center. So now I think I'll come back. I really like the way this is looking. So now I'm going to try something that I've been wanting to try for a while. I'm trying to just kind of go back. Not really quickly back and forth, but let's see. So I'm going to come back now this way. And see that the kind of motion it gave it, just a gentle back and forth. Now I need to decide if I want to go and do it again or just kind of leave it like that. Because I can then come back and just do and all kinds of bugs are getting in here. Handles needed to be just a little bit wider on my tools so they would stay at the same level. I kind of like that. Again, this is another very light piece, nice and summery. Minus the bug that's in here. All right. So now should I add some white, do you think, or not? I think I kind of like it as it is. Let me get my hubs to help. I'm ready to print again. Oh, there you are. This is always the part that it's a two-person maneuver when definitely turn it over. There you go. Okay, so pull against. Oh, let me make sure. No, let's turn it over. All right. Now pull. sure all of the edges, the whole thing is wet. Alright, so I'll hold it up like I did the other so you can kind of see. I want to keep it over the tray so the excess size can just drain in there. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'll toss it in and give it a rinse. And I said I was going to use teal on that one, but I changed my mind. Both of the ones I've done so far are not dark in any way. They're very light colored. So I'll show you these when they're dry. And I'm just putting them in little Ziploc baggies for now until I can rinse them. I'll probably let them stay in the baggies until tomorrow after I get home from work, and then I'll give them a rinse and hang them up to dry. And now we have the, hi Jennifer, how are you? Now we'll have the process of cleaning the trays again. For this next one, I am definitely going to fill the tray with white first. And then I think we'll use the teal. And I don't know, give me some suggestions for what you want to see with the teal. As I said, this is the part I don't like. But it's a necessary part, so. Because if I do one that's white and pink, I don't want orange and green in it. This is just regular newspaper. Actually, I think this is the Wall Street Journal from the office that I confiscated out of the recycle bin. Alright, I just have a couple little pieces that I need to get here. Yeah, they'll take a piece, the professionals, a piece about this size, and clean the whole tray with that. Oh, to be that skilled. All right, here we go. Let's start getting this off of here. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Holly. I don't know which end I want to start with here. We're going to do a white base to start the next piece. And I think I'll just drop it like I usually do. I couldn't believe how heavy my trash can when I did my show last weekend up in the mountains. I was all by myself and just lifting the trash can into the, I had rented a small U-Haul trailer to get everything up there because it wouldn't, as much water as I had to take for 2 days would not fit in my car with all the supplies. So I rented a trailer, and just getting the trash can into the trailer was an absolute wrestling match. Anybody watching from afar would have been amused. Like me backing the trailer into the position. That was amusing. I can guarantee that. I'm not good at backing trailers. I can tow them all day long, but backing them up, that's a whole different ballgame. Alright, looks pretty good. I don't see any paint. So we'll go ahead and start with the white. Whoa. This is the way I usually have my customers start. They're always very worried that they're using too much paint. And as you can see, there's nothing else pushing against the white that's in the tray right now. So it's just spreading out freely. It has all kinds of room. Oh. The white has the little shaker balls in it, and they get up in the tip, and then the paint can't get out. So now I'm going to come down the sides, trying to stay inside where the white has already spread. That kind of just makes for a solid white base. And you should see the white starting to, as I add more color, it'll start to become more solid in the tray. So can you see the white becoming more white instead of clear? I'm just shaking this just a little bit. Again, the whole point with your first color or colors is to fill the tray with paint. think my white needs to be refilled. This is just the way I'm shaking it is just an alternative to using the little brush and flicking it on there. So there we go, there's the white. Had some bubbles right there I needed to get rid of. So now this time we want to add I'm going to add this lighter teal. And you should really see the white start to become white as I add more paint. Don't want to do what I just did and do a whole stream of paint. That will sink. It'll break the surface tension and it will sink to the bottom. And therefore it does no good on your design because we only use the surface paint. Okay, so now I want a darker teal. And if you're new and watching, the paint colors will never blend together. They push against one another and the other colors become more intense. And as far as placing the colors, you can do it whatever you think looks pleasing to you. So some of them dropped inside of the other blue and some of them didn't. Again, hopefully by the end of the week, these pieces will be in my Etsy shop. And I do have a show coming up on this coming weekend and then a 2-day show next weekend. So if you're interested in grabbing one of these, I suggest you get on it as soon as I let you know the shop is live, because they will be going with me to the art show. Hi, Gwen. Playing with a little bit of paint and water here. All right, I have it's just absolutely mesmerizing to sit here and drop these paints. Now the tray is getting quite filled with paint, and if you notice, the new colors that I'm dropping in are not expanding quite the same rate as they did when I first added paint. Let's see. I think that's all of my blues. Thank you. Gonna just add just a touch, just a little bit more white here and there in the blue. Not a lot. I think it's interesting that some of these still stay so large and others contract or they don't expand as much. So I think that's good. Okay. I do have a very long rake that I can do side to side. I didn't bring it out here tonight. So now I want to give these a little bit of swirl. Try not to drag it on the bottom of the tray. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Should we print it or should I do it again? Should I rake over it once more or should I print that? I think I want to print that. I think my husband's on the phone, so hopefully he can help me. Should I try to do some hearts in here on the ends or just leave it? Oh, I just love it. Can you just come out and hold it? You can talk and hold. He's talking to my mother-in-law. Yeah, this is so pretty. I'm very happy with this one. What do you think? Leave it? Okay. All right, I'm getting him out here so we can print this one. Hi, Peggy. Sorry. I'm only going to do one more and then I'll be done tonight. Okay, pull against me. Thank you. You'll have time now if you want to color back. Go now? You want to go now? I don't have to do another one.
Yeah, I'll get my clothes.
Okay. All right, I guess this is when I bring this one out and show you, this will be the last one. My assistant's going to go to bed. That's the only bad thing. I can't do this by myself unless I'm doing something tiny. So I didn't bring any paper towels or anything out here. So let's see how this one looks. So this is the front. The front is actually facing me, and the colors are more intense than what you can see. And you will be able to see that tomorrow, or in the next couple days when I show you how they turn out. I never did do a purple one though. But since I have to have somebody to help me, I am going to be done for this evening. And again, watch for my new Etsy shop. I'll put a notification on my page when that's up and running. I have to get these ready to go. And a portion of the proceeds will go to Ronald McDonald House. $2 from every scarf sale will go to Ronald McDonald House. That's the way I'm going to do my scarves that are completed. Again, nice and airy. You can kind of see the, well, if I get in front of the tray, you can kind of see the colors here. But that's it for tonight. Let me get this one in a bag. I can save, once I clean my tray, I can save the water so I can use it again on another day. Oh, I'm glad you like it. You hear the tractors making noise over there? But there we go. That's all for tonight. That's all I get to play tonight. I could stay out here and do this until it was dark, but I've got to clean up and put everything away, and I'll see you again later this week. Again, watch for the notification about my new Etsy shop. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. I appreciate it. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining me.